In the early days, our work didn't need a public place for people to interact or a tribal place. But in the late 1990s, we saw how our people were obviously losing the connection with the living bird. Our people were saying, I need this feather, I need that feather, without any knowledge of what that feather means to us historically. So we thought it's time we have to step to the plate and develop a center where we can bring our people and the avian species of cultural importance back together.
SIA means feather in Comanche. We tried to keep it real simple, which the core of everything you do spiritually has to do with the feather. So we just kept it simple as in feather. We built a facility to hold the feathers and the documents and the material culture pieces we could find and give them context to what's truly traditional.
We care for eagles from 5 continents. We are addressing those threatened and endangered species, and in many cases, eagles that simply are little known as far as captive husbandry and management. As a global people, we had a responsibility to threatened and endangered species worldwide. We've got several world firsts accredited to our work, but the most recent is the successful hatching and rearing of the Io, wahine.
She's a Hawaiian hawk to our Fish and Wildlife, but to the Hawaiians, they call her Io. The endangered species list was started in 1967. She was already on, her species was already on this list when it started. So it has been on this list the whole time since 1967, and it's never been bred in captivity.
You know, this bird is considered the living embodiment of the Holy Spirit to the Polynesian people of Hawaii. And so to bring this pair, the last pair of a group that was brought into the mainland back in '97, to bring that pair here finally, it's being honored not only in a biological way, a conservation way, but in an indigenously respectful way.
It was really amazing because when we started this, nobody knew anything about the courtship. Nobody knew how long an egg took to hatch. Nobody knew the humidity that it had to be in. Nobody knew anything. This was a world first.
It's been a great learning experience. We now have the incubation parameters down, but it was a shot in the dark because no one had recorded in all these years of knowing this species, no one had recorded the actual incubation time. Now we know that, so it's more at this point of just contributing to the world's knowledge of another endangered species.
Why we are so successful is because we use the cultural lifeways that have been passed on traditionally over time today. It's a living culture. It's not an artifact.
It's a holistic approach where we take a sound background in historical accuracy, combine that with a sensitivity and spiritual knowledge and biological knowledge of the avian species of cultural importance, and combine sound conservation ethic in a way that not only do we provide for our people from species whose feathers they need to keep things accurate, we can impact the lives of these birds and come forth with a solid husbandry of both birds in situ and ex situ, in the wild or in captivity, in a way that we stand as the most responsible indigenous effort addressing conservation of birds of cultural importance.
In traditional ways, you just kind of look down in this quiet kind of way and you smile. There's this like inner smile that kind of happens, that you feel like you're on the right path, that you're doing the things that were set out in front of you by whatever it is out there that's doing this good work. And you feel internally validated.
We feel truly blessed. This is why the universe has put us in this particular place and time to do what we can do best, and that's to address this incredible relationship with our cultural lifeways and the living bird.